Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have got our February TBR and our February releases. Okay, sorry about that guys. So yes, February, January, so we have got the February TBR and the January releases, and the books I'm going to be showing, the first 3 books, is actually going to be the box from a book from Fairy Loot from Beacon Box, and also the book that I have pre-ordered. Now, I don't know if I said I pre-ordered the Written in Starlight, but I won't get that until, well, I'll get it for February, but I won't be able to read it until next month, March. I'm filming this in January, guys, still. Me confused, pre-ordering things. Ugh. I don't know what that was. But anyway, let's go through the first one. So, the first one I'm going to show you is actually the book that's going to be in Fairy Loot. If you don't want to know what they are, you can just skip a little bit. So, this book, that when they announced the theme, what the future holds, I thought the book was going to be Renegade Flight by Andrea Tang. I was completely off, completely wrong, because the book is actually for February for Fairy Loot is this Golden Flame by Emily Victoria. So this is going to be the same book for Litjoy Crate as well. Luckily I don't only get the items only box, so I don't have to worry about that too much. Bye. Okay, that's probably the completely off screen again. Dog was upstairs. Naughty. Yeah, so I was completely off by that book. But no worries, it's fine. I'm not always going to get the correct book correct ways. But that's fine. Ooh, I'm out of breath. So the next box is going to be the Beacon Box. And for February's book is actually going to be Muse by Brittany Calvalero. So this one here. I haven't heard anything about this book at all, so I'm going to go completely blind into the book, which I don't mind. Then the book I have pre-ordered is actually called Of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. Now the thing with this one, I wanted to get the rest of the series in hardback, but to find them they cost about 30 quid each. And I was like, no, I'm not going to pay that much when the book only cost me like 12 quid. So unfortunately, the rest of the series is going to be in paperback, and this book here is going to be in hardback. So yes, there's probably you guys going, would that frustrate you? In the thought, I was like, yeah, it would probably would, but then again, I was like, wait, I have books that's half paperback and half hardback, because I have the Outlaw Curses by Sarah J. by Cassandra Clare, and I've got one that's in paperback and one that's in hardback, and I'm not really bothered by it. There's that. Okay, so some new releases. So we have got All Tides of Fate by Adeline Grace. So I want to get this book because I do have, I do want to get the other book, and I do have that book coming soon-ish. So I don't know, this is the second book, and I'm going to go in completely blind as much because I don't know anything about the first book. So I'm going to read the description like I always do, but if I do pronounce any of the names wrong, I do apologise. So it says, through blood and sacrifice, Amor Montari has conquered a rebellion and taken her rightful place as queen of Visdaya. Now that with the islands in turmoil and the people question her authority, Amora cannot allow anyone to see her weaknesses. No one can know about the curse in her bloodline. No one can know that she lost her magic. No one can know the truth about the boy who holds the missing half of her soul. To save herself and Visdaya, Amora embarks on a desperate quest for a magical artifact that could fix everything. But it comes at a terrible cost as she tries to balance her loyalty to her people, her crew, and the desire of her heart. Amora will soon discover that the power to rule and might destroy her. So there's that one, and I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. Okay, next one is actually another book too. This is The Curse of the Divine by Kim Simjigel. I can't even pronounce that. Simjigel. These are the very best of showing them, is it? But this has got the first book to Ink in the Blood. This is the second book, and this sounds really interesting. It says at the top here, one illusions can change your reality, and it just sounds really, really interesting. So this second book is saying Celia Sandface Diana Vayala and 1 using ink man to destroy the corrupted rebellion of Perfetta that tormented her for a decade. The winning came with a cost. Now Celia is plagued with guilt over her role in the death of her best friend when she discovers that Dia, I can't even say it, is still very much alive and threatening Griffin, the now infamous plague doctor. Celia is desperate not to lose another person she loves in the deity Wrath. The key to destroying this person may lie with Halcyon Ronina. The only other person to have faced Dia has survived, but Halcyon is dangerous and has a secret of his own, one that involves the ink that Celia has come to hate. Forced to choose between the ink and Dia, Celia will do whatever it takes to save Griffin, even if it means to make the deal with the devil himself. So yes, I did shorten the name a bit because I cannot pronounce like anything else. So that one I do want to get. I do plan to get the first book as well, and then get that second book as soon as possible. I did actually go through my books that I wanted, and then I realised that I was like, right, I'm not going to get this book. So some of the mangas that I was going to plan to get, I've got rid of them because I know I won't go past them again. So I've kept some of them, but most of them have gone away. So this last book is We Are the Fire by Sarah Taylor. The cover looks amazing, and pretty much it goes through. It says, when I read this, the first thing that I read was all will burn. I went, what will burn? What's going on? And it says that in the cold, treacherous land of Vessima, children stolen from their families by a cruel emperor are forced to undergo a horrific transformation procedure and serve in the army of a magical fire-wielding soldiers. Pran and Okesana, both taken from their homeland at a young age, only have each other to hold into their heartless place. Pran dreams of one day rebelling against their oppressors and destroying the empire. Okesana only dreams of returning home and create a peaceful life for them both. When they discover the emperor has a new, more terrible mission than ever for their kind, Pran and Okesana vow to escape his tyranny once and for all. But their methods and ideal differ drastically, driving a wedge between them. Worse still, they both soon find out the only way to defeat the monsters that subjugated them may be becoming monsters themselves. So those are the only books that I'm interested in, or the books I know I'm going to get in the boxes. So you guys will see that every month, what books will be in each month, and if I've pre-ordered any books for them. Also, I did forget to show you is the Plain Cupid that's going to be in the box of Beacon Box, their special edition box for Valentine's Day. They're doing one of those. I wonder if Fairly will ever do a special edition boxes like that. But who knows. Okay guys, let's take that away. So now we have the February TBR. So each month is going to be completely different because I have got to change them out all over again. But when I get close to the books, I'll tell you about them. But we have Akame ga Kill Zero Volume 3. It says Cremone and a team set out in search of the king's tomb, but end up captured by the Gravekeepers. Akame's team heads out to rescue her, with the two sisters finally be reunited. So some of these scenes in here are quite tense to it, so you can see a lot of stuff. There's that one. Volume 4. This Volume 4 is very, very short, so easy to read. This one says, the tomb are littered with captives and corpses of friends and foes alike. The rescue mission had become a bloody massacre as waves after waves of unrelentless gravekeepers strike at the elite team. Will this backup succeed when two other teams have failed? So, there's that one. Then we have the Volume 5. So it says, deciding the best way to cripple the revolution army is to target its funding. Akame and her allies takes to the trade route to find out where the money is coming from. Identifying the enemy's backers is the only half the mission though. Standing in the way is the leader of the TBR'S, who has inspired a passionate encouragement of equal deadly sessions. How will Akame overcome such a deadly adversity? So I've gone to myself, I've got these books, but I know I won't keep them for long because the books inside these are quite intense and quite like visual to it, and you're like, okay, that's too much. Again, this book is a very short one. It's not like the same size. You can definitely see not the same size in them. This is the Volume 6. Don't know guys, you can actually see that. It says, through the combats, Conrad's dealt a blow to the Ouroboros, Akame, and Natalia remains at Mercy's mercy. Murray's mercy, I can't say her name. While the Ouroboros leader has no sympathy to spare for Natalie, or any man for that matter, she offers her fat female captives a chance to learn the truth. Recognizing Akaname's doubts, Mera takes the young assassin around the Empire to see the suffering of its people firsthand. But will Akaname be willing to open her eyes? That one. Then we have volume 7. This one is, as Mera's carefully guided tour of the Empire has opened Akaname's eyes to the suffering of its people. However, the Ouroboros lose allegiance to whoever pays them, even if it's less palatable philosophy than that of the rebel army. Up till now, Akaname has resisted Mera's advances, professional and old intimate, with her captor's patience running thin and her sword out of reach. Akaname will have to rely on a new whole set of skills if she wants to survive. So it seems that as we're getting through the book, we find out what really happened to them and how she became in the night raid. So another thin book again, and this is volume 8. This says Akaname's physical recovery after her harrowing experience with the Ouroboros is relatedly quick, but her mind is still racked with confusion. The suffering of the people, not to mention the suffering of her sister, is undeniable. The rash actions of a team, when her perceived betrayal is dealt with swiftly and harshly, would be dangerous. Akaname must resolve her intentions soon. The enemies of Squad A are growing, and even now they are gathering together to take out their common foe. So now we're slowly thinking, oh, okay, this is where she's probably meeting the night raid and becoming with them. Then we have volume 9. This one says, friends and family of the fallen have rallied to take revenge against the Empire's assassination unit. And with them is one Akaname and her team have thought lost. Brainwash Jasho turns against his former allies, badly injuring Pony. Down a fighter, the assassination unit will have to employ every technique, and Tenju available to send their attackers to join their loved ones in eternal rest and in pieces. Then we have the final book of Akaname Chaos Zero. This is volume 10. So it says, Akaname, growing doubt, has finally convinced her she can no longer stand and fight beside the Empire. Though she hopes her friends in the assassin unit can be persuaded to join her, the brainwashing of the Empire is ironclad. If you're not with us, you're dead. Choosing the side of the people, severing ties to those who cared for her bloody violence, Akaname path leads her at the last revolution. So there you go. So it goes through the part where Akaname used to work for the whole Empire until she learned the traits, learned different things. Okay, so the different manga, we have the Black Rose Alice. So this is the volume 4. Volume 5 I haven't seen anything of, but I know I'm going to be keeping this one because it is quite interesting to see. It's about 1980s Vienna, and quite interesting. I know I definitely won't keep Akaname ga Kill for long. So there's that. So it says Dmitry Lewandowski, a celebrated tenor in the early 1900s, Vienna. When he is killed in an accident, his corpse is colonized by the seed of a vampire master. At least Dmitry denies that everything has changed, but as the people around him start dying, he is forced to accept the ghastly truth. Fast forward to 2008 in Tokyo, Azura Kikukawa has become Alice, erected in a century-old body to become the breeding ground for a group of vampires. But one of the vampires in her nest has died, and now Alice must mourn her friend even as the precautions of the vampire situation sinks in. Lost and confused, Alice finds the diary of a young woman who lived in the house centuries ago, and whose story has eerie similarities to our own. So I believe she found the body that she's living in at the moment. But that's that. So those are the mangas for a while. For quite a while actually, because I don't have any more mangas now, I believe. Anyway, the first book is going to be The Shadowhunters and the Downwaters by Cassandra Clare. So yes, it's like a little, it's not really a book, but it is a book. So this is like a simple read, and I can get through this one. I'm actually listening this one onto Audible, because I know I can get through Audible quite quickly. So there's that. Right, and as I said, I don't know if I was to watch video actually. I got hiccups. So if it comes to the 17th, when I've uploaded volume 9 and 10 and volume 4 of the last mangas that will be shown, and I've read this book or the next books, I'm going to upload them on the same day, because only I have got more books that I'm reading and less mangas. So it's going to be more trying to me trying to read more books and trying to get them out, because I've got a lot of books to read, even the books this year that comes from Fairy Loot or Beacon Box or their special edition boxes. I've got pre-order books, you know, or the releases. I've got a lot of books out and I want to read as many as I can. So change of plans. I know I said I'm going to try and read 3 books every week, but if it comes to it and the Wednesday there's no books come up or no video come up at all, that is perfectly fine. It's because that previous month or previous week I already read, what, 4 books or something, whatever. But that is my plan, to read as many books as I can and get through them as quickly as possible. So, but if I do get past, probably if I go into the March's TBR, that's perfectly fine, because I will also upload it, but that will be in the March's TBR still. So if I get into a April book, you know that will still be in the April TBR. I will, when I do the review, I'll let you know, guys, oh, you might see this book in the TBR of blah 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 month. You know what I mean? So there's that one. So all these, most of the books are actually Cassandra Clare books, so we got to do those. The next one is the Shadowhunter Codex. I am so looking forward to going reading through this. It's just literally quirks about the Shadowhunter world and stuff like that. So this is going to be fun to talk through with you guys. And if you've not noticed already, I'm a big fan of the Shadowhunters, the Infernal Devices, the Last Hours. So excited, and I cannot wait to read Chain of Gold, which I will be reading, I think in April, because that's when if it comes closer to May, to March or something, then I'll read it in March. It depends how many I can read or listen to Audible. We'll see. But Shadowhunter Codex is something I cannot wait to read. And then the final book for February is the Bane Chronicles. So this is the whole shebang of Bane Chronicles, of every single book they have. So there's that one as well. If I remember correctly, Lumicrate, they were doing the Infernal Devices series in hardback, like really nice colours. I was actually going to get them, but I said, what's the point of wasting that kind of money on books when I've got these books and I don't know what to do with those books. So I resisted myself and not got the hardback versions of those ones. So it's hard to do, but I think I've got it. But then the Bane Chronicles, I do have that, and this is the last book to read for February. So if I said, like I said, if I end up getting to the Dark Artifacts, and that's the March's TBR, I will still upload that on the day of the Wednesday, but it will still be in the next month's TBR it's supposed to be in. So you guys can see what books should have been in that TBR, what books I could have read, kind of thing. So everything has changed a little bit. I am planning to get more books and more stuff like that, but there's that. So have fun. I do hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you guys next time when I do the March's one. Oh, actually, before I do forget, if it does come to every month I will show, I don't know if I said it at the beginning, if I show you if the books that it will show you first is the books that's going to be in the boxes, and the pre-order books that I've got for that month, stuff like that. But we'll see what happens. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy these TBRs or releases, because I'm trying my best to try to do these as much as I can and see what comes to it, because I'm really enjoying them so far, even though like I have a ton of stuff to film still. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye, like the third time.